show you what I've done on the swing arm. Okay? Alright, so we're working on, let's go over here and look at some of the stuff. Some cards and whatnot. Fresh painted wheels. Worked a little bit yesterday afternoon, which was Sunday, which is usually my day of rest. But I got restless, so I came out and tried to do something a little constructive and productive. So, swing arm's got a little bit of play in it. So, we've got new chain and sprocket set for it. And if you look just over top of the motor, you can see the repair patch with the JB weld. So, I welded these ears in here. And I guess you'll have to wait till later to see how it all works, but I know it's not the correct way, but for one, there's no hitch for sale on eBay, and for two, I'll never sell this. Never sell. So the swing arm, man, is this thing ever messed up. So one of the problems we've always had was this eyelet would just open up. So I ran a bead of the finest right up across there, and now she looks a little oval, you know, so we'll drill her out and make her right. So I do not rightly recall on let's spin this. This is the way we'll just lay it on here the way that it'll appear. So this is the way it'll appear. I think this tab here, the face is up mostly straight up and down. So this side here, we got bearing races and whatnot easily, very good condition. This side over here, this was all chewed right to nothing. And I heard that there's some people that do the grease nipple. That way you can pump her right full. So the easiest access was right here. So this will kind of keep the grease more, hopefully more over to this side versus that side. I honestly think it'll fill right up. So the nipple got hit. So anyway, to be smart and different, I decided to see. So I had this combination, this plug and nipple in my stash. So I only had to get this, cut that piece off. So I did that. Now we'll be able to fill her full of gear oil. And then maybe top it off with some grease and kind of make our own John Deere corn head grease. So that's it. This one of these holes, I mean that one nut ain't centered, but I think it was this hole here had indents from the bolt head. The bolt head was almost pulled through, so I set nuts in either of these and drilled them out to 7/16. And then the chain, somebody let the chain get loose and it ate up this whole area up and around. You kind of see what's left of it there. So I got a small band of steel and fixed up all that. And then I got adventurous and I did my own bearing race. Well, it's not a bearing race, it's just trying to see if I got any of the snips of steel left. So what I did is I put an old bearing in there and then just took the vice grips, and this was formed to the inside diameter of this with the vice grip. So y'all, if you do this, you want to start with an extra long piece, because the rule of thumb with anything that's rolled, the ends will never roll. I didn't roll it. I just took the vice grips and just started playing with it. I was on a phone call, just needed something to do with my hands. Took the vice grips on either end, started bending and started playing with it. I got it worked in there, so basically what you want to do if you do a bend like that is cut either end off. So I cut the one end off with a grinding wheel. Riddle me this, but I tacked it here and started trying to go around, and I noticed it would be pretty hard to do, so I'm like, hey, I've got an idea. I'll just take this old bearing, put it halfway on one, halfway on the other, and then just take the vice grip and clamp it to it, and then just go around the outside. So I actually clamped here and welded first, and then came back where the tack was, because that all fit better that way. So I'm pretty excited about that. That means that I've saved the center section. This whole center section was wrecked. It was absolutely trash. So now we got a nice strong center section. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. So that's the hole right there. There it is. You can see a 1/2 inch nut almost dropped through. And then the side toward me, there's a burn through hole. But other than that, we should be able to slap some bearings in here. I got to get the new sprocket, get that put on there, and then we'll just start reassembling everything. I've been considering painting this. Here's actually a nipple for a trying to decide. So here's a drain bung. You can drain the brakes, and this is the I guess allowing it to breathe, I guess would be the thing. So that's there to allow it to breathe. So I think it's a little overkill. Why not have the breather in the middle, because that'll get warm from the sun or the air or whatever, and then it gets plunged in the freezing water and suck you know, and do this right here. That's what happened. That's what it looked like. It's just crunchy, boy. So yeah, wow, I mean, even all the grease is gone. These were new a year ago, and this four-wheeler doesn't have that many hours on it. But it's been in the creek a couple times. Pretty clean water, but still. So the idea is we'll fill the center section with gear oil or something, and then probably give it a couple of pumps every now and then. Hopefully we'll be able to see some grease come out. And that should mix into something semi-solid. And I just noticed this nipple, so I kind of got to decide what I want to do. But right now, I don't even have a dust cover, because like I said before, a lot of the stuff is not available. It just doesn't exist, which is terrible. So I'm wondering if, I think this bolt was a 3/8, so yeah, maybe we'll end up drilling that out too. It'd be cool if we could drill it out and thread it. So this guy here, somebody MIG welded a nut on the inside, so I mean, we could do that too. So, but we're still pretty much, so I'm not sure what I'll do. I have a dust cover. The problem is, let's run over here and look at some of this stuff, because there's some big issues going on here. I assume, you know, the last half a year or so I've had all this stuff is so I picked up this used brake drum, which is mint, and it's the same size as this guy, but as you see, the covers just fits tight. So the holes, so my holes that I'm trying to have are just outside of those holes. They're all in the same arrangement. But this brake drum here, she done let go. So, and then we're faced with, okay, we got the snout size here, and now this snout size fits this dust cover shield, right? So that fits that, but then this one's big, so great. The only thing is, we can't take the band off because then the snout's too small. So, so I got a new seal too. I'm like, great, we'll order a seal. So this is what the pads look like from running with no dust cover. They're all deeply grooved and worn. So there would be great benefit if I could slot the cover screw holes. Excuse me. I have some sort of a cold going around. Oh yeah, I got this kit too. So this Prod Boss kit. It's where the 200D 90 to 97, the 200 regular 90 to 97. So that's all good stuff to go on there. My plan right now is let's just reassemble everything, get the hitch on there, and then I can't buy stuff that doesn't exist. So this didn't come with a dust cover. There looks to be sort of a brush guard. There's these holes up here, and then back here there's some more. See those 4 bolt holes kind of centered on the screen? So that looks like that might have been sort of a skid plate, so that's gone too. I thought about taking and making one, but I don't think it's too terribly important. Not as important as getting that bracket back up there, so that'll be one of the things we need to do. So I was thinking, so as that chain tension pivots, it actually raises and lowers the back of the four-wheeler because the shock mount pivots with it. So that's kind of curious. So why didn't they just put it here? Because that would have worked, most likely. So I'm not sure about all the Honda engineering stuff. I mean, they probably could have run tabs off of here, just straight back a ways. But anyway, so that's where we're at. We have all the stuff now to put this together and make this a viable little wheeler again. I'm very excited. I can't wait. New bearings, new chains, sprockets. She's going to rip. And then we might even put this used brake handle up front, because that might work better than the one. The one we have now brakes decently after about 10 pumps, so we should take the opportunity to tighten up the front pads, paint the front wheels, and then the front lights are coming, so we'll be doing some front work on it. So we're trying to push through this as quickly as we can. We want a good result with a good wheeler. So here's what the hitch looks like. And if you're thinking, wow, that's crazy, well, it is, and it took a long time to make. But it was fun. And yeah, now let's put all this stuff back together again. It'd be crazy, but I could probably fabricate just a simple cover. Make a flat ring with screw holes and then bend a band. Weld that on there and then put an end cap or something on it. You could probably cut up that dust cover and center that on the hole, but that still doesn't go with my trying to think. That still doesn't go with the brake disc or the brake hub. So I was thinking about having that turned down by a machine shop if I can find one. And flip the jaws inside out and clamp outwards on the drum and then just take the snout down the side. So we'll see what kind of redneckery we have to get into. I have sheet steel, probably enough to make this all work. I guess we will if we have to, because I know what happens without the dust cover. Stuff gets wrecked. That's what happened to those pads, so we don't need that to happen again. So that's it for the update today. From this point forward, should be just reassembling a bunch of stuff, and that's really it. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one, and we'll take you along for the adventure. Thanks for watching. Bye.